Hello, everyone. Welcome to this We Did It Health event. At We Did It Health, we're working to create a healthy, happy, vegan, and plant based world. We're doing that through building community and offering resources such as today's discussion to help you create relationships where you can plant seeds of hopeful curiosity in others when they ask about a vegan or plant based lifestyle. So be sure to hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also invite you to join our Facebook community so that you can connect with others and find support and encouragement with like-minded members. Please check out our We Did It Health or we did it health page also because we've got a lot of exciting events coming up. So my name is Mariquita Solis and I'm excited to welcome Marcelo Daidone. Daidone Chalita. He
Yeah.
is a lawyer who's getting his master's in animal law, right, Marcelo?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to talk to you today. You've been a guest before on our program, so welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Marikita. Thanks for having me again. It's a pleasure to be here and to talk about Amazonia and the vegan movement. So I'm super happy to be here. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Well, everyone that's watching, please let us know that you're here, where you're watching from, and get your comments ready. And let's get our seatbelts on because this is going to be, might be a little bit of bumpy ride. You're from Brazil, aren't you, Marcelo?
Yes, I come from São Paulo, Brazil. And as a Brazilian and coming from the richest biodiversity on Earth, I think it's my obligation to be here and talk about Amazonia and what's has been happening there. And yeah, let's go for it.
All right, let me get your presentation up. Here we go.
So, hi everyone. As Mariquita just said, I'm from Brazil. I'm a lawyer, and I've been researching about Amazonian rainforests. Um, and so let's kick off. And let's say I like to start my presentation saying how do we say Amazonia in Portuguese, because I think it's important for us to understand how is our native language. So this is how we say. The pronunciation is Amazonia, and um, I want just to contextualize and to say sometimes I feel that some people uh, is a little bit confused where Brazil is, and so yeah, Brazil is located in South America, as you can see, um, and Brazil covers 50% of the whole South America land. And let's zoom in into Brazil map. So Brazil is divided in 26 states, and you can see, and these red spots are the capitals from the states. The country, so as you can see, it's huge, and the population is 218 million people. Um, the indigenous populations is about 1,700,000 people divided in 26 states. And as you can see in the north, there is a state called Amazonas, and the capital is Manaus. But we're gonna see um, in the next slides that the Amazonia covers more than these states. And this food insecurity that I put in these slides is important for us. We're going to talk a little bit about food insecurity in Brazil, but as you can see, is almost 60% of the population suffers from food insecurity. Um, and yeah, I mean this is just um, imagine like almost 60%. Yeah, terrible for us, for the population, for Brazilians to see this. And 33 million, the starving population, 33 million, which is also like awful this to see this. And our language is Portuguese. Um, so here I bring again is the same slide that from the previous time, but I think it's important for us to to contextualize what is Amazon, right? Like where is Amazon? Where? Because I feel that so many people loves Amazon or cares about Amazon and say that Amazon is the lungs of the world, but where is it? So I like to bring here and to show that this is the Amazonia area, this light green. As you can see, 64% of the Amazon rainforest is in Brazil, and the rest is divided in 10% in Peru, 6% in Colombia, 6% in Bolivia, Venezuela, and so on. And it covers almost 50% of the Brazilian territory. So the Amazon, as you can see, is huge, 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 and um, so many things are happening there. And I want to bring here um, a news from last year. No, before the news, just some more information about the Amazon. Um, as you can see, I brought here some information, but 20% of the world's fresh water is located in the Amazon. Um, the Amazon is the richest and most varied biological reservoir, and is the home of 800,000 indigenous people. What and yeah, like um, yeah. So Amazon is huge actually. So so many species, plants, birds. As you can see, Amazon would be one of the biggest countries in the world. And unfortunately, as you can see, according to the last data, more than 5,000 square miles was lost during 2021 period. And yeah, this is such a bad news for us and for everyone. Uh, but yeah, now I'm going to bring the news. I brought this news in Portuguese. I'm going to translate for you, but it means that the agribusiness will deforest 1 million hectares a year to meet the demand for meat by 2030. So as you can see, 1 million hectares per year, agribusiness will deforest for what? For suffering the meat demand. And um, and and here, um, pasture is going to occupy 90% of the forest. So pasture here for us is the land covered with grass suitable for grazing cattle. So as you can see, and this city here located, this city is a city kind of inside the Amazon, because the Amazon is a huge forest, but also there are cities located there. And this fog is the fog from burning the Amazon. For what? For pasture. They burn everything, and they put a bunch of cattle there to pasture. And as you can see, most of the field forest will become pasture to feed cattle, which feeds a perverse chain of illegalities, land grabbing, illegal logging, omission, and convenience by agribusiness. And well, yeah, I mean, people or this agribusiness, they are super, super, super powerful. And the thing is, the government sometimes um, kind of legitimates all these things, right? All these illegalities. Here, just continuing the news, but I want to say that, oh, sorry, um, most of this meat is going to come, more than 45% of the meat is going to come to this meat production in Brazil is going to come to the US. So, which is awful. If you see here in this graph, if you see here in um, this graph demonstrated. So, carne bovina means meat, like cow's meat or cattle meat. And if you see here the years from 2022 to 2031, how the production will increase, and not just the production but also the consumption and exportation. um, so, and the agriculture ministry projects growth in 2.4% by 2030, and the expectation is to slaughter up to 12 million tons a year to supply the markets, especially exports. And this exportation is coming to where? 45% to the US, So I think the population here in the US, and I'm going to talk this later on, but what we can do to heal Amazon, I think we have a personal obligation um, to start in our what we are doing every day, what we are eating every day, because what we eat here affects direct what is happening in South America, right? And here it says as well that yeah, so the meat, the price of meat is increasing, but the population is not eating this meat because the population is completely poor. So you see, this affects extremely the food insecurity, because if you don't have money to buy even the meat, you're gonna be eating like you don't have money, so while the price of the meat is increasing, the average Brazilian is not eating, which is a huge problem, right? So this next graph, I bring the so if you see this yellow dots here on the right, this big map here, this is pasture. As you can see, how the Amazon is being deforested, and you know and this practice involves so many illegalities. And if we see um, here from 1985 to 2020, um, look the loss of the forest here, this green here on top, and look, the pasture has been from 18 to 70 57, and this is in miles, unity in miles, right? And if you see here on this little map, Brazilian map here on left, on the corner left, uh, here if you see, so Amazon here is in north of Brazil, right? Is on north. And if you see here this small Brazilian map, here on the south, all these spots is agro is the agro. So what they are doing, they are killing this other biome which calls cerrado, and they are planting corn and soya. Brazil is the biggest soya importer in the world, and um, We are actually, and not just in Cerrado, but also in Amazonia, we are planting so many things to export these grains, but it's not to feed people, it's to feed animals in China, in the US, in Europe, you know. So we are actually killing our biomes in order to make food for cattle or for pigs, you know. And people, my friends, my family, they don't see the relation between their plates and all these environment issues, right? So I see so many people being activists for Amazon, and when they see some news about deforestation in Amazon, they say, "Oh, this is absurd. I cannot deal with what is going on Amazon," while they are eating meat. You see, so what we are doing in our daily basis affects straight and direct what's going on in Amazonia, and and um, which is mad. Like if you see if you see um, this relation with agribusiness and the government, the agro is not, they provide so many jobs. Yeah, this is true, but they are influencing the GPT, just a little bit GPT in Brazil, but they are causing a huge impact in the environment. Um, so let's go on. And here about healing the Amazon, and here is important topic to talk that recently, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, there were a decision in our Supreme Court which was super important. And I think the first thing that we need to do to heal the Amazon is, well, first of all, understand, and what we are doing here is understanding where is Amazon, what is Amazon. I think this is the first thing. But also, we need to talk and to ask who were living there for centuries, what to do with the Amazon, you know, because they're um, so the indigenous people, they have been living in South America or in Brazil before the Portuguese or the Spanish arrives there. You know, they are there for ages, and so the Brazilian Supreme Court ruled against the idea of imposing an artificial time limit on the indigenous people's land rights. So this was, so basically, look how things are perverse in Brazil. So the agribusiness, as a plaintiffs, they asked Supreme Court um, to do a temporal milestone, and this is related to time, right? So what they were um, asking, so indigenous people who were not living on their ancestral lands in 1988, which was the our constitution, um, when our constitution was adopted, would have been blocked from applying for the demarcation of their land. So basically, the agribusiness was saying, so what happens before our constitution, 1988? The land is not from the indigenous. So like let's make a demarcation from 1988 onwards. You know, which is completely like crazy to think, which is completely mad, because how come the indigenous, they were living in Brazil for more than 400 500 centuries, and the agribusiness wanted to limit their land just from 1988 onwards. um, Um, so fortunately, the Brazilian Supreme Court gave the rights for indigenous for since they are there, not since 1988. Um, and I had a video here. I don't think it's going to be possible to show, just to showing the how um, um, how the indigenous they can maintain the forest in their best conditions, because it's their house, right? It's their house. They've been living there for ages. So there is no um, best or better people to understand, right, about their land. So yeah, and here I just got some steps in how we can um, heal the Amazon. And here is going my homage to uh, Don Phillips, a journalist, UK journalist, that he was killed last year in Brazil, in Amazon. That he went to Amazon and he was writing a book, how to save the Amazon. Ask the people who know. So for me, this is the first step in how to heal Amazon, is to ask people who knows, like um, because they they know better than everyone, you know. And not just the indigenous people, but indigenous, they need to have a political leadership in the Congress, because um, it is in Congress, or in Brasilia, which is our capital, in Congress where the decisions uh, is where the decisions are made. So not just ask to people who knows, but we need to vote for indigenous leaderships, right? And and um, from the new presidency, from the new government, there is a ministry of the indigenous people, and who is the the leader of this ministry is a indigenous leadership. So she has been doing a great job on the Amazon and to protect Amazon. And since the new government started in January, the deforestation in Amazonia has dropped, and which is good, but it's still um, we still need to fight, right? Because this government, even though he's more left wing, he has been dealing with the agribusiness. But why? It seems contradictory, right? But there is a thing. He is the president, but he doesn't have people in the Congress to support him. He's not strong in the parliament, the senators. They are minority, you know. Even though he's president, the senators from his party, they are minority. So basically the government needs to know how to deal in order to fulfill their desires, right? So this government has been dealing and agreeing to some like agro, you know, companies or things. So the second step here for me and from my research is the land reform, or is the agrarian reform. But why? Because there are so many lands in Brazil that is abandoned, and or if it's not abandoned, is uh, huge lands belongs to just one family or one person, and this land is not being, they are not producing anything in this land, right? So if we divide this land, and if we reform this policy and give this land to families who will do their local growth, I think this is an important to reform the Amazon rainforest, because one of the issues is that these lands, or these areas, um, they are deforesting everything, and 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 they are not it's just belong to one some just to one company, or one business. So I think, and also there are so many families without a land, and these families um, want to produce things, so there are so many abandoned lands and so many families who want this land. So we just need to do a reform, right? Here, and the third point, for me as well, is super important, and uh, with the North Global, right? Because the South Global, or Global South, sorry, um, not just Brazil, but all the South, Africa or South America, we every day we kind of um, support and feed and provide the North Global with not just products, but with other goods, and the North Global use these goods to make their wealth, right? So if you see, just just giving an example in what happens in Amazon. um, um, Brazil is one of um, the the biggest exporter of grains and meat, and our people is hungry, or we import. um, Let me see. We produce the the um, the first source, and then we import, or we export the source, and then we buy back um, from the Europe or from the US, uh, the product done. We don't have, so we are basically importing our products for buy the products afterwards from our source. It doesn't make sense. But the thing is, the South Global, uh, or most of the deforestation in Amazonia is not coming to Brazil. People or companies, they are deforesting the Amazonia to feed somewhere in the North Global, or to feed the chain of the production in the North Global. So here is important that countries such as the US, England, or Europe, Germany, because they need to help us to rebuild the Amazon. And there is an Amazon fund that has been created, like I don't I cannot remember exactly when, but from the last 4 years with the previous president, this project was like put on side. Now with the new president, this found, so as I can tell, um, these countries in Europe, Norway, Germany, they have been since January giving money to this Amazon fund, and this money goes to to protect Amazon, to do some political and strategy to protect Amazon against this illegal, like logging and all these illegalities, you know. So the fourth point is to radically reform the beef industry, and this for me it's one of, well, all points here are important. But from my point of view, yeah, like as we just saw in the beginning, that um, 1 million hectares per year will be the forest to feed or to meet the demand for meat by 2030. So basically, if you see 1 million hectare per year is just being you know cut down to feed people, or for the beef industry, because they are putting so many cattle to pasture, or they are producing grains, but it's not to feed humans, which for me it's absurd. It's crazy to think. It's crazy to think. And I see so many people complaining about what's going in Amazonia, but they are contributing to this. And for me, so clear to see that this relation between what you are eating and the deforestation in Amazonia. So for me, we need to be aware, or we need to, us as activists, as vegans, we need to um, talk with people to show them either you start either you stop to to complain about Amazonia and keep eating your meat, or you stop to eat your meat and come with us to fight against this industry. Because you cannot do both. You cannot complain about the Amazon rainforest and keep eating meat. For me, it doesn't make any sense at all, like at all. This is some this is such a common argument that I see, but people, they are not looking into their plates. But anyways, um, and here as well, I brought this point to build intelligent infrastructure, and here what I want to say is about technology. We need to use technology to help us, right? Because in order to put satellites, or we need to protect the Amazon, and Brazil and these 12 countries from the North Global, they have this money to help us to build these satellites, these GPSs, to help to protect Amazon. So I think it's not just a Brazilian thing here, but it's also everyone, like every country who is willing to help us, is to give us um, their knowledge, or their money to help to protect Amazon, because technology, we can use the technology to help us as well. You know. Um, Next steps. Um, so this bioeconomy that oh sorry so this bioeconomy, um, so here what I want to say here, which is also like unbelievable that these economic losses caused by Amazon deforestation last year was 317 billion dollars, and all these losses are 7 times higher for Brazil than the gains from the extractive industries. So basically, we are spending money, and the bill is in Brazil to pay. Um, um, and we need to change this mentality and these regulations, because these new regulations need to ensure money flows do not cause more problems than solve. So we need to think, um, uh, to use this money wisely, right? Because what's the point to spend so much money in Amazonia, and and the bills the bill is on us or in the population who lives there. So here my point, um, 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 we need to create subsides for sustainable agriculture, law enforcement, carbon credits. We need to use this profit mentality. Well, because for me, money talks, right? So if we can create a way to protect Amazon and earn money, I think the companies will shift their mentality and to make money and save the Amazon, right? So here my point, is to think in alternatives such as sustainable agriculture, or even, as we talked before, to give this land to families, for there to grow their own products, or even to sell in the farm markets in the city, or do something like that. Just the market failure in Amazon destruction needs to be recognized. Like we need to think in these strategies and ways to change this. um so the next point is the rethink the concept of national security, and here I bring to Brazil, just to Brazil. This point is just because, for hundreds of years, the function of the state has been to encourage extraction, and 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 to open to a new market. Well, it's not just for in Brazil, but this is the thing. Always the mentality was to produce, to the forests, to open the markets, to make money. um, um, so it was always a colonial and destructive project, right? But no, it doesn't need to be like this. It doesn't need to be like this at all. um, for my point of view, we need to have a different approach, and to give new priorities, to change this mentality, to stop this huge production, stop um, this greedy mentality, right? Because these as well, and now bringing to my field, that I'm a criminal lawyer. um, there are so many. So basically, Brazil is in war every day, either in favelas or in the Amazon. So there is this, um, people who are deforesting illegally, and they are in war with the indigenous people, right? Indigenous people, there's so many deaths, like, not just recently, but always. These Garimps, right? They've been killing, they've been killing indigenous, and why don't we just rethink this concept, and let's, I know that it seems to be easy, but I think the change must be, step by step, but we just need to have different approach, and to protect our lands, and um, yeah, I mean we need to rethink this mentality of production and extraction, because as the scientists says that we are in a, how do I say here, there is a tipping point, right? This first degrading. So the scientists are saying that this tipping point. So after this tipping point of deforestation, there will be impossible to. Is going to be irreversible to change the Amazon, because the um, the forest have the power to rebuild itself, right? But if it's everything almost died, how the force will rebuild, so this is what the scientist says is this tipping point. So um yeah, and this is the thing which is kind of contradictory, that sometimes the politicians legitimize all these protects, right? So here is what I bring to rethink the concept. The politicians should stop to legitimize these products, right? Because we need to protect Amazon. And so here, the last 2 points is like, we need to know about the Amazon, in order to have arguments, and in order to have some data to talk and to debate and to discuss. And more than knows about the Amazon, I think we need to, as we said before, we need to ask who knows, right? We need to ask who was born there. We need to ask who is there for ages. And and the last one is be part of change in our daily decisions, because um, for me, our wallet, what we buy, is our vote, right? So if I'm buying meat, or if I'm buying this product, I'm saying to the industry keeps producing this, because me as a consumer, I like this product, right? Me as a consumer, I like to eat this. So keep producing. So be part of the change here is like, um, what are you voting for? Where you are putting your money, you know? So it's just to be aware of what we are producing, because um, yeah, every time that we eat, we have the power to radically transform the world that we live in, right? So here, for me, part of the change is not just us individuals, but we need to be parts of the change in our society, with our family, with our friends, with our community, so yeah, I hope that we are going to see change, like, soon, if we are everyone together. And um yeah, so thank you, and this is the end of my presentation. Here is my contact. Feel free to reach me out. I'm more than happy to talk and to debate and to share information. I have so many sources and maps and things to show about Brazil. Um, and and yeah, feel free to contact me. Don't hesitate to contact me. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was a wonderful presentation, and this is the third time that we've talked, Marcelo. And I always feel so sad for the people that are going hungry, and while there's all this meat production going on, all this wastefulness and all this, it
Yeah,
is really, really terrible. And the indigenous people, my heart breaks for them, you know?
yeah, exactly. And they are here since ever, right? And all the white rich people in Congress, they don't care about them. But hold on, they are here before us, you know? And it's awful what's happening, because every day some indigenous, die. Is there a war there that the news doesn't shows, The news don't show actually. So yeah, we need to rethink our concepts of, yeah, life and consumption. Yeah.
Well, they're being killed for the land.
Yeah, because these agro-business people, they go there with guns because they want to take their land, right? They want to take their land to produce, right? So it's a war between these people who goes there, you know, to get this land, and with the indigenous, because the indigenous, they want to protect their land. And then there is this huge lobbying, to produce more things. And yeah, it's awful. It's awful. And
It's
we don't know
terrible.
about this, right? We don't know about this, right? But it's happening every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you talk about your friends and family, and so we talked before, and has anyone come over to the other side since we
No,
talked last? No,
unfortunately. No, no, no. Yeah. But
that's incredible. I mean, it's incredible
hopefully
that
one
they're right
day.
there. Hmm?
Hopefully
Oh
one
yeah,
day.
one day. Right, right. I mean, how can you be living in Brazil and not make the connection? I
Yeah.
just don't understand. How can you not see the connection? I mean, your earth is being destroyed, and you're still
Yeah.
buying animal products.
No, but Marikita, as well, not just in Brazil, but as we saw in the graph, 45% of the beef production in Brazil is being exported to the US. So almost 50% of the production in Brazil comes to here, to the US.
Hmm.
So and to Europe, and the 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 less amount is in Brazil. You see what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
we are
Yes.
like supporting the North Global, and not just in
Right.
Brazil. If you see in Peru with the gold extraction, if you see in with as well in quinoa, quinoa is the food, quinoa,
Quinoa.
quinoa, yeah,
Quinoa.
is quinoa is produced in Peru, just come from Peru, but the Peruvian people are not eating quinoa because it's too expensive. Like
Oh,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
it's
So
terrible. And
you
we
see
just, it's
this,
easy not to know.
yeah,
I
this
mean,
view
not to connect.
from the South Global. This we are feeding the North, and who is paying the bill? Bill is us. Like it's contradictory, right?
Right. And we need the tree, we need the rainforest. Those are the lungs of the earth. We
Yeah,
need that. And we're paying. I mean, the earth is, I don't know. I talked to someone yesterday and well, the person said, well, everything in moderation. And I said, this is not the time for moderation. We are
exactly.
dying. The earth is dying. We have to take immediate, big action now. It's too late for moderation.
I completely agree. I completely agree. And people say that we are vegans, we are extremists. I don't see this extremism. I don't see this like extremism. But anyways, like I think, I think we are changing. More people are becoming aware. More people are like getting into this vegan lifestyle or this transformation. But yeah, I still I cannot like understand this contradictory mentality of people. Just cannot. But yeah,
Yes, I can't understand it either. And I feel like there's going to be a wake up. They're going to wake up and say, "Well, I wish I had listened to you." You
yeah,
know, the so
it's
man.
going to be late, right? It's going to be late.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yes, you're right. And what about, tell us about what you're studying now?
So I am here in Portland, in Oregon, in the U.S. I'm doing pursuing my LLM in animal law, and I'm the second Brazilian to be here, and I got a scholarship. So yeah, I'm studying. Um, so I have so different classes. So I'm doing animal philosophy, animal law fundamentals, animal legal project, um, animal law and lobbying, um, and animal legal research, which well is all the subjects is related to animal things. But for me, the most one of the most compelling classes is the animal legal philosophy, because we are discussing if the animals, if we can give a personhood to animals, you know, what is the borderline between why us humans we have and they don't have, is like the sentience is having the central nervous system, is feeling, is the capacity of suffering pain, what give us this legal protection, right? But this is the thing, Marikita. I still think that is so us as a you as a humans. Well, if we write laws to protect animals, well, we don't know what the animals needs, and we don't know. So we are writing for them from our perspective, you know. But yeah,
Mm.
I don't know how we can do this difference because they cannot write anything. But my thing is the same, or not the same, but quite of the same, if me as a white person or me as a man to write something about racism, or to write something about abortion. You know what I'm saying? I am not. I don't have the capacity to understand their point. You know. So for me, this is a philosophical, like, conversation. But I just want to research how can we give rights to the animals, and to make sure that we are giving the best for them for their needs. Because if I write a law, it's going to be like a specialist law,
A specious law,
because,
yes.
because I'm still writing from my perspective. You see, I'm saying.
Hmm.
So yeah, do you have any idea or?
No, but I'm excited to see where you are in 10 years, right? I'm excited to see. I mean, let's pray that all this has changed, within
Yeah,
5 years, within two
yeah,
years, right? I mean, something's got to change where we're
of
just
course.
so blind. It's
Yeah,
incredibly blind.
yeah, but so many like interesting um, discussions and classes, and still there are some people in these classes that they are doing animal law, they are doing this, but they are not vegans, and I just cannot understand, like
That's incredible.
doesn't make any sense at all, like. But
No, I
anyways,
understand too. No, no, I understand. I mean, I'm in groups that are like praying for the earth and praying for everyone, and then we go eat barbecue afterwards, or like let's go
yeah,
have a hamburger. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's
and
hard.
and people from environmental law, for environmental law, that they are not big as well, like. But
Mhm.
anyways, is there any question in the chat or something, or?
Let's see, we have a comment here, and I'll let you read it.
Oh, good. It's in Portuguese. Yeah, thanks, Celtic. Thanks. Um, Thank you so much. And he's saying that the agro business, they don't have a conscience. They are kind of greedy, So, and he's saying congratulations for your work. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So anybody that's watching on the replay, please, reach out. to Marcelo. I know that a lot's going on Friday, so you never know. But yeah,
Yeah,
is there anything you wanted to say? I mean, I'm just so proud of everything you're doing. It's wonderful that you've got this scholarship and you're getting your master's, and this is amazing. So I'm so lucky that I'm so blessed to have met you and that
thank
you're here
you.
speaking
Thank
for us. Yeah, keep up the good work. So where can, yeah, I mean, give us your final thoughts and again tell us where we can connect with you.
you. Okay, so yeah, my first point or argument here is going to um, um, join us or try or consider to be vegan. Consider to be this change, because if you see, um, yeah, I mean, we are about to we are about to end, like, soon. I mean, not soon, but if we keep like this, I don't see much future. Um, and I think the first thing that we can do is start in our daily decisions, right? Is start what we are doing, because there is a thing. We have the option to choose what we're going to eat. When we are in the supermarket, we have the option in the shelf to choose what we're going to pick up, right? But the animals, they don't have choice to be alive or not. They don't have choice. We have choice. They don't have choice, right? So yeah, just let's think or act wisely in order to protect not just the animals or your health, but also the environment, right? Because there are people that they are vegans for different reasons, for the environment, for animals, for your health, for religion things. My first reason is for the animals, but if your reason is not for the animals, it's for the environment, it's okay as well. If it's for your health, it's okay as well. But it's just the best decision that I made in my life, and it's just the only thing that I'm regret is that I I don't became I didn't became vegan before, but yeah, like this is my only regret. But yeah, yeah, just my first thing here is to um, um be aware of your decisions, of your daily decisions. You think that, oh, just buy this chocolate or just buy this thing, it's not affecting. Yeah, it is. Like, is everything the chain, right? So yeah, and as I said before, your money is your vote. So what are you voting for, right? What are you putting your money for? And yeah, and so feel free to reach me out on LinkedIn. My full name, you can see here in the comments, Marcelo Daidone Chalita. um, on Facebook as well. Instagram is MDCHELLO, and my email is mdaidone Chalita, all my name, at gmail.com, and reach me. I'm more than happy to contact you and to talk with you. And thanks for the opportunity, Mariquita. Don't hesitate to contact me, and I'm more than happy to be here and to talk about this. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Marcelo Daidoni Chalita. I wish I could say it as nice as you do. Your name. But yeah, this is a wonder. It's always wonderful to talk to you, and you're very inspiring. So everyone, remember, right? I mean, if you're watching and you don't know and you feel a little confused, that's okay. Just rewatch it again, and remember, your pocketbook is the choice. Where you're putting your money, like Marcelo
Yeah,
says. So let's be mindful, right? Not just grab anything off the shelves. Let's look at the product, what's in it, and how is it affecting our climate. So.
exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Amen. All right. Well, thank you all.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Peter. Thank
Marcelo.
you all, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
All right. Namaste, vegan, everyone.
Namaste, vegan. Bye.
Bye.